trying to catch speeders or something? No, that sucks.
What are you doing?
Wondering what you're doing here? Not really. Gotcha.
You live back there?
Yeah, I just don't believe in catching people for stealing and stuff like that. So, because I think that it's extortion. Well, because you have no evidence that the statutes apply to you. You're making a presumption that the statute applies before you have evidence of that. So without evidence, it's extortion.
No, that's not. So what if someone's speeding and crashing in the car? What is that?
That has to do with what I said.
Well, so speed leads to reckless driving. It leads to fatal car crashes. It leads to dead people. So one way to curb people dying is to let people know, hey, you're going too fast, and what you're doing has the potential to cause this over here. Right? I think that's
Seems pretty safe. He's got a view of the road ahead of him. He knows that nobody's in his way. He wasn't going too fast.
coming over a hill where you can't see the cars in front of you.
I mean, it's not. It's your opinion whether it's an acceptable speed or not.
It's not my opinion. The laws say what is acceptable.
It's not
For
a
this
law.
street, they say that it's an acceptable speed of 35 miles an hour.
It's not a law. It's a statute. It's different.
But a statute is law.
No. Law is something that cannot be violated. A law is a.
So statutes can be violated?
Well, of course they can. It's possible to. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to extort. Right? But you have no evidence that the statute applies to anyone. So without that evidence, if you had some fact that showed that
If you're in an area, if you're in Clark County, Washington, Washington, there's laws that have been written.
or statutes or Washington RCWs revised codes of Washington. That's a policy. That's why they call you police under your sheriff. You're still known as police nowadays. Much different than police did. But
I guess what I'm saying is that there are laws, there are statutes.
statutes, not
Right.
laws. Statutes.
Things
You call them. I don't call them laws. That's your opinion that they're laws, but that can be disproven because a law would be inviolable. Law by nature is a rule that governs the nature of reality. Human can't write that. Human cannot read that.
So you're correct. So partially, right? So speeding is a violation, right? So a violation is not a crime.
It's only a violation if the policy applies to that person. You've yet to show me a fact that
Why
shows
would it not apply to them?
because there's no evidence that it does. So
So
there's,
that if you're operating a motor vehicle on a public roadway, these things apply to you.
well,
So that guy has to have a driver's license, they have to have insurance, the vehicle has to be registered.
so what is your, like, right now you're basically saying the code says that it applies to certain people, therefore it applies. That's a logical fallacy called circular reasoning. You can't impose force upon somebody based upon a logical fallacy. You have to have some factual evidence that the policy applies to them.
Okay, so if you were to get a speeding ticket, is this what you go and tell the judge?
Well, first, if a cop were to stop me and like give me a speeding ticket, the first thing I'm going to do is begin to record the encounter. Then I'm going to ask him what'll happen if I leave right now, and I'm going to wait for his confession. He'll chase me down, put handcuffs on me, potentially lock me up in a cage, right? So at that point, that's a threat of force. Now I want to determine, is that force violence or is it not violence? So in order to determine whether or not that guy is committing a crime against me by violating me, I'm going to ask him, do you have factual evidence that I'm obligated to obey your orders or comply with anything that you say at all? And if you can't make the connection, like, I want to know, just because I'm physically located somewhere, what is your factual evidence that just because I'm physically located somewhere, that your policy applies to me? And nobody has ever been able to show me
So
that.
if you drive down to Mexico, do you think that the laws and rules of Mexico don't apply? apply to you?
I'm not talking about laws. He keeps using the word law. But,
Okay, the statutes of Mexico.
I can't make that determination whether or not they do. It's your burden of proof. It's the cop's burden of proof to show that they have some material fact that shows that just because I'm physically located somewhere, that their policy applies to me. I'm not going to make a claim. I have no idea. Does it apply or not? I've never heard evidence that it does.
Well, I'm going to tell you it does, right?
A lot of people say, I'm going to tell you it does, but they never have evidence.
Then how are the people prosecuted for these things every single day?
Because they're manipulated. They're manipulated into believing that these things apply. And they believe the judge, and they hire attorneys, which once you hire an attorney, then you are now, because the codes apply to the attorney, and you've entered into a contractual agreement with an attorney, now the codes are going to apply to you because they're applying the rules that apply to the attorney to you now, and you have no voice. So that it's all manipulation.
What do you do for work? Do you work?
I don't know. What do you mean?
Do you have a job?
Well, of course I have jobs.
Do you have income?
I wake people up. I wake people up. I bring them to the edge of their awareness.
You wake people up?
No, I am apolitical. I have yet to see any evidence that the political system has anything to do with me. So, and I show other people.
You have an interesting view of things.
Well, it's factual, right? Like, in my opinion, you have an interesting view of things because you feel like it is okay to impose policy upon people before you have factual evidence that the policy applies to them. And that's you committing a crime. Every time you stop somebody
What crime is that?
Well, every time you stop somebody under threat of violence, that's false imprisonment.
How do I have threat of violence?
Because what happens if they drive away?
Well, that's a crime called illegal.
No, it's not a crime. It's not a crime. It's a policy. It's your policy. Again, it's your policy, and you still have no evidence that it applies. So now you're chasing somebody down just because you have an opinion that your policy applies to them.
Have you read
that's wrong.
Have you read the RCW law?
Absolutely, I have. Yeah, and
I suggest you take those down to the prosecutor's office, talk with them, and kind of get an understanding of how those things apply, and what the process is. Because you have your opinion, and that's totally fine. But you know, we're not going to get an agreement, and we don't have to. But you know, there's a certain way that things are done, and they're lawful.
it's not lawful.
Okay, I'm telling you my opinion, I guess, since you disagree.
Well, so let me ask you then. So you believe it is okay to use force against somebody just because they have a different opinion than you?
No, that's not at all what I said.
Well, it's your opinion. The policy applies. I see no evidence that it does.
Okay.
So if you don't have evidence that the policy applies, that's merely your opinion, and you're willing to use force against me in order to impose your policy upon me. That's a crime. So you're contradicting yourself. Well, you're contradicting yourself. You're literally contradicting yourself because you literally said, I don't believe it is okay to impose force against somebody over a difference of opinion. You have yet to state a single material fact that shows that the policy applies to anyone. So it's your opinion, and you're saying that your job is basically to use force against them.
No, that's not. But I've got to go to a call, okay, bud?
All right.
So,
I'm just
take
gonna.
care.
Yeah, if I see you out here, I'm just gonna check on you. 'Cause,
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
Thanks, brother.
okay.
Yeah.
Take care.
Yeah, you too.